Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sleepyheads Gaming with some night call shenanigans. Before we get into it, I just want to say something. With the news that's come out today about another streamer having unfortunately met an untimely end, there's no better time to reach out than when you are at your lowest. So please, if you are feeling any way, shape or form similar to how the streamer, I won't mention her name out of respect, or their name, however, I don't know the pronouns, I'm guessing. Apologies if I was wrong. But the sentiment remains. You're not alone. You may feel it. You may feel hated. You may feel loved. You may still feel alone. No matter what it is, going to be someone out there to talk to. Plenty of organisations, plenty of people. They, may not understand you, but they're there to listen. And if you don't find the right one for you, you keep looking. Just keep trying to find someone that can help. It's the worst thing you can do is give up. So, soldier on. Stay strong. And let's jump into some night call shenanigans. Okay, so we were investigating the Sandman. I believe we had just done a couple of investigations when the night was coming to a close, or we had one more fare to pick up. We're going to try and get an interview with a suspect. Oh no, wait, we opened one eye. Oh yes, that was it. We ended going to sleep and then it was coming into the next day because we came back to the apartment. Okay, cool. Right, you open one eye. Your back aches. You'd like to close your eyes and go back to sleep. Get up quickly. A few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 2, 02:58 AM. Right. I can't remember any of the faces of anyone that I was interviewing. Ooh. That guy's got a mask on. That looks interesting. Who's over there? That's one of our suspects. Tell you what. This guy looks intriguing. Probably going to be a fake out. In fact, yeah. Let's go get the main fare. We're here. Christophe Cloin. 13th arrondissement, please. I think that's how you say it. Of course I'm going to accept. I drove all the way out here. The customer getting into your cab is in his late teens and looks exhausted. You sense he's nervous, on edge. He's afraid of something. Chris. The 13th arrondissement. Rue de Choisy. He has a slight drawl, an accent from the provinces. Maybe Alsace? Somewhere in Eastern France, anyhow. You start the cab. A lengthy silence ensues. The smell of the passenger is unmistakable. Alcohol, strong and cheap. Let's go with, how was the party? The young man practically jumps. The party? Right, yeah, party. With a bunch of college friends. We were celebrating the end of midterms. A slight nod of the head, and he seems exhausted. He's holding something back. Or maybe. I don't have any money on me. There was little trouble at the bar, and my wallet got stolen. He clears his throat. Some chick I'd never met before went through my pockets. I actually thought she was hitting on me. So, how are you planning on paying the fare? Don't worry about it. When we get to my friend's place, she'll pay. You won't want to come outside in this cold, though. I'll have to run in and out. You don't believe a word he's saying, and he can tell you're not buying it. Otherwise, I could... He averts his gaze. I'm just thinking maybe I could... He looks you in the eye again, and then spreads open his jacket a little. Make you feel better? It must be pretty hard driving like this, all alone. Maybe a massage or something else? He breaks off and looks down at his crotch. Stop right there. His face turns bright red. Sorry. Hi. You don't have any money at all. He nods his head no. You sigh. You do stuff like that often? Yeah, sometimes. He averts his gaze. It's been complicated lately. I don't have anyone to help me out anymore. Listen, the answer is no for the massage and the anything else. You really can't pay. The young man meets your eye. Yeah, I'm broke. I messed everything up this year. I lost my job at the supermarket. My roommate kicked me out. He seems to be getting younger with each new word. I have a friend who puts me up sometimes. She says I can stay at her place tonight. That's where we're heading. I'm gonna keep driving the poor soul. I'll drive you. Passenger's eyes widen and he leans in a little closer to you. You will? You nod yes. But you have to stop doing stuff like that. You're gonna get into trouble and cause trouble too. And he opens his mouth to say something. I lied to you before. I wasn't with friends. I was with a woman. I'm a male escort. Spent the evening with her. She pays me. We don't even have sex. It's platonic. He lowers his eyes. He looks unhappy. I really screwed things up. I don't have a place to sleep. Yep, nowhere to go. I don't know anyone here. Only customers. My parents are old farts and I couldn't stand living in Vesul anymore. You ever been to Vesul? Shake your head no. That's what that means. Oh, don't bother going. Bunch of old farts. A little smile flits across his face, then disappears. Making fun of Vesul usually cheers me up. Not this time. You sense he's withdrawing again. Do you mind if I take a little nap? A few minutes. Just a few minutes. Give myself some time to think. You nod okay. Thanks. Turn up the heat. He smiles at you, then looks out the passenger window. Keep driving, and every now and then you glance back at him. He's not asleep, staring at the road, lost in thought. He's loosened his shirt a little. He's not as cold as when he got in the cab. It's as if he were having a conversation with himself, but without pronouncing a single word. As if he were weighing his options. And sometime later, you park in front of the address he had given to you. You sure you're okay? Yeah, sure. Long silence. I'm sorry I tried to. I thought I'm going to have to go home. Back to my parents. Talk to them. His voice is faint, almost inaudible. I'm probably about to do something really stupid, huh? Probably. You've been there too, haven't you? Yeah. Lengthy silence and you hold his gaze. He senses you understand. Thanks. He gets out without a word. He hurries into the entranceway of a modern building already in bad repair. Public housing. Start the cab, even though I'm already driving on the road. Absolutely nothing gained from that. However, nothing was lost. That's good. Right. You now know more about your clients. Check the Pasidex menu for more details. Okay. At the foot of your front door, just behind a drain pipe, you notice an envelope. It's thick and heavy, and you can just make out your name written in thick black marker on the front. Your real name. You take a deep breath and go inside. In the envelope, you find more information, just as Basset promised. Lay it on the table. Take a few minutes to update your board with your new clues. I don't know. Neighbour flushes the toilet. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see the pipe shake. I was just about to say, why am I narrating this bit? And then that happened. It's time to get moving. Yeah. Okay. Chris's criminal records. Autopsy report, victim 3. Killer case. Right. It's not looking like there's much more we've learned. To be fair, it's more than likely going to be something completely different to what I think. So, the events of the day run through our head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Yes, yes. You know, we're going to go to sleep now. So, the theory, potentially about the grandson being the murdered one. I don't know now. Group Diamante definitely has something to do with it. Okay. Okay. For the second there, you hope the evidence board was just a dream too, but you can make it out in the shadows. Get up quickly. And a few minutes later, we're outside the studio. Night 3. It is 10 PM. We are full on rest. Now then, let's dive straight into it. Let's go get Anita, see what she has to say for herself. I'm off to the 6th arrondissement and my friend to the 17th. Except... pull up in front of Le Pierre and 2 women are standing up front waiting a ways apart. Like a woman wearing pyjamas, she's got a dumb smile on her face. Yeah. You can tell by her tone she's trying to impress the other woman. I'm going to Saint-Germain and she's going to Etoile Avenue de la Grande Armée. Both women look at each other. The one wearing pyjamas raises her hand. Go ahead. I see another taxi at the end of the street. Don't worry about me. Go. She turns to her friend. Is that okay with you? No worries. Call me. Of course. Let me think about your offer. And your suspect gets into the cab. Yep. Your passenger turns around trying to catch her friend's eye, the one she left behind on the sidewalk. She sighs a very strange sigh. It's horrible. Just horrible. Your friend doesn't look well. I must admit, even I am surprised by my... She's not doing well. She's in a bad way and doesn't know what to do anymore. She was telling me about her new idea, her new business plan, but it's obvious she's at the end of her rope. I helped her build a future for her business and she burst into pieces, just like that huge blimp way back when. Horrible, especially since... Her voice fades out for a second and floats in midair. Yes? She doesn't seem to notice your question. Her eyes remain unfocused for a while. Something crosses her line of vision and she appears to perk up. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I try to find something to say, but she continues without paying any attention to. Have you ever been in a situation where someone you absolutely adore makes one bad decision after another? She doesn't wait for an answer and keeps talking. Well, the woman you saw earlier is just that person for me. Keeps going, using words you're not accustomed to. You hunt for some sort of clue in her pleasant voice. She suddenly bursts out laughing, more of a sardonic snicker really. She had her hands on a gold mine and she let it all go, all of it. I had no choice but to fire her. I'm not proud of myself, but a company's well-being has to come first. She pauses, apparently out of necessity. And she got this crazy idea in her head. She wanted to go back to the original size. Those are the words she used. Original size. You pull into your passengers, and then she doesn't notice and keeps talking. How am I supposed to explain that to the stockholders, to the investors who call in, wanting to expand to South America, Asia, Abu Dhabi? You shrug as you pull up in front of her building, and time flies. In the blink of an eye, she pays her fare with bills that look so fresh you'd think they'd been printed the night before. She's about to open the door when she turns to you. Her eyes bore into you, like she's examining you. It's strange. I get the feeling I've seen you somewhere before, and I never forget a face. Time grows sluggish. She reaches towards her hip and unbuckles her seatbelt. Her face relaxes. No, forget it. It's in my head. I probably drank a bit too much this evening. Best of luck for the rest of your shift. A second later, she's outside and the door closes and you start breathing again. You hear the sound of her heels banging on the sidewalk. She walks up to the entrance of her building, turns around and looks at you. I'm just going to drive away. You turn the key in the ignition and notice you are shaking nervously. You leave her street behind. I got a tip. Way got a tip. So I don't know that went all that well. I think the voice prompting when we were looking for the response to what she was thinking about didn't really help. However, we've got more information about everything that actually happened. Oh, it's our accountant friend. No, we haven't picked her up. Let's go over to there. Regular you haven't seen for a while, Matilda. He appears from a side street toting an enormous shopping bag and climbs into the cab. Well, hello there. I wasn't sure you received my message. Her voice is cracked and raspy like a broken phonograph. You know all about her sad life story, about her failed romances, her scratch card addiction, and her 2 incarcerations to date. You were lucky. You'd been given a helping hand. She hadn't. Are you going to get going or what? Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Where to? To the shelter in Montreal. Planks. You turn the key in the ignition and the motor hums. Damn, it feels good to be warm. And, speaking of being warm, things are kind of tough right now, money-wise, if you know what I mean. That's all. You know it's always free for you. She raises a hand and pops out her chest. No way. Forget it. A passenger, just like any other. Her hoarse, raspy voice is like sandpaper over stone. Let's make a deal instead, okay? An agreement, that is. I'm listening. I'll tell you a riddle, and if you find the solution, I'll pay the fare. Sound good? You nod yes. Fine. I hope you're ready tonight. I've got a tough one. I'm everywhere to be seen, yet nowhere in between. Climb as you may, I'll run further away. What am I? Words gurgle from her throat. So, how'd you like it? One of my girl pals told it to me. Why mention Simone? The name doesn't ring a bell, and you shake your head no. Simone was, well, like a sister. We met on the street, and we'd run into each other at the shelter in the 16th every now and then, before those rich bastards kicked us out. Scumbags, all of them. Let me tell you, if I were king... He makes a throat slash gesture with 2 fingers. I'd give him the guillotine. Simone, she's the one who got me into riddles. She did crossword puzzles too. Stuff to improve your mind. It was good. And she pauses. What's she up to these days? She gives a shrug. And she moved south. Better for her health, she said. Needed to look for new horizons. But me and her, we were constantly fighting in the... He was a nasty piece. Real bitch. And she stole some of my stuff too. Anyhow, here we go. The riddle. I'm everywhere to be seen, yet nowhere in between. Climb as you may, I'll run farther away. What am I? He clears her throat. I'm everywhere to be seen, yet nowhere in between. Climb as you may, I'll run farther away. Well, what am I? I'm everywhere. Could be air or wind or light. I'll run further away, something that gets further away when we go up. Tick. Words like elevator or dumbwaiter aren't Myrtle style, so it can't be that. Tick. Is it the earth? Center of the earth? Tick. The horizon might work. The horizon gets further away when we climb higher, doesn't it? Talk. Give me your answer, handsome. It's a tough one. Earth. The Earth? I don't get it. You know, when you move further away, when you climb Mount Everest, for example, then, well, her eyes widen in mocking me. Ah, it was horizon. The right answer is horizon, handsome, not Earth. You're a weak one at times, you are. The Earth. She gives a faint smile. You know perfectly well she's glad you got it wrong. Did you know that the higher we climb, the farther away the horizon is? Like, you can see a lot farther at the top of the Eiffel Tower than you can at the bottom. Personally, I don't get it. I've never been up there anyhow. I have. What's it like? Always honest. It leaves you cold. There's something cold about Paris anyhow, but up there it's even worse. And it's beautiful too, right? Yeah, guess so. But I'm not so sure I want to see Paris from up there anyhow. Of course. And the piss mustn't be so bad. I don't know, it's like... You pull into an empty space. And Myrtle clutches her shopping bag close to her chest. Too bad you didn't get my riddle, but for me it's a free ride. Cough, cough, cough. I'm off. Lots of people there tonight, and I don't want to end up sleeping on the street. Take care, handsome. You start the engine right away, and as you drive past the shelter you see Myrtle amid some of her pals. She's entertaining them with an anecdote or a joke, and you keep going. Bill Bourgeois. Charles de Gaulle, make it snappy. Distance, 5 kilometers. Fare, 1978. Let's take it. We need the money. Ask you to take him to Charles de Gaulle. Since your passenger wants to talk about the killer. It's simple. Since the first murder, everyone thinks they know something. Everyone thinks they saw something. And this passenger is no exception. You watch him in the rearview mirror as he adjusts his clothes, checks his breath, obviously primping. You drive people to the airport all the time, and they bring along a suitcase or a bouquet of flowers. Passenger doesn't have either. He's looking at himself in the rearview mirror. Lips part and he rungs his tongue over his teeth. Nothing stuck in my teeth, right? You shake your head no. You wonder why he's going to the airport. I don't know what the accent was there. Sorry. You're wondering why I'm going to the airport, aren't you? Yes. I could tell you were curious. I'd tell you, but it's a secret. His voice has changed as if he were about to deliver a speech. Women today are too smart for us men. Too smart. They're onto us the minute we try it. Mate. They're onto us the minute we try to hit on them. He crinkles his nose. Alright, okay. There are dozens of books on how to get lucky, on how to score, but they all make the same big mistake. Do you know what the mistake I'm talking about is? Huh? Say nothing. You don't know, do you? Nothing wrong with that. The fact of the matter is, all those books about hitting on women will never tell you where the best hunting grounds are. Airport. Brilliant, right? Women in airports are lonely, emotional, and available. On the street, they're always in a hurry, don't have any time. Movies or in museums, they don't want to be disturbed. But at the airport, me, or is there a funny smell in your cab? You sniff too. Sorry, I don't smell anything. He shrugs. Personally, I prefer older women. Nah. Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a personal question? No, of course, not at all. Anything to help you understand my game plan. You really need to go through all of that? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at. Well, you're rather attractive, physically. And? Is it really necessary to go to all that trouble to pick up women? Don't women like you? That's beside the point. More efficient, more productive. I go on the make twice a week and I end up with dates for several weeks. It's also a lot easier. It's less, how should I put it? Personal. I know it won't ever get serious and that's what I'm looking for. You see what I mean? So the problem is I do see where he's coming from. However, I don't agree with the viewpoint he's taking on, like, the persona he's adopting. Even you know, with everything that's going on, been preying on with him. If he wants to view it as hunting, he can. However, actually viewing it as hunting is wrong. My eyes, anyway. I don't know. I much prefer to just get to know people. And if I find a pretty lady that doesn't really run away screaming, then not a subtle hint or anything there. I am currently single, in case you're wondering. This guy is perennially single and a bit of a dick. I don't think he knows better, so I'm not sure I want to, would imply that I don't know. I'm gonna nod my head. Yeah, because I don't want to confront him too much. Nod my head. Oh, right, that's it. I'm telling you, you should take my advice. It's a piece of cake. Need to come up with a good line or two. They'll fall for it. Really bizarre, that smell of shit. It seems to be following me wherever I go. Under the sole of his right shoe, you catch sight of a dark brown spot. The passenger disappears into the airport. You roll down the backseat window and start up the cab. He stepped in dog shit. Not like karma or anything at all. And we got a decent tip out of it, so not time wasted with an absolute jackass. Oh, it's a dude. I think. Jim M. Rue La Chaise, please. Distance 5.67 left. 5.67 kilometers. Fare 19.29. A street a little off the Place de l'Etoile. Your client is pacing back and forth in front of a jazz club that's just closed. He raises his walking stick and hails your cab. He climbs into the cab straight away. Père Lachaise Cemetery, please. The northern entrance in the 20th arrondissement. Cemetery's closed? Gives you a funny smile. It will open for me, my dear. Another drunk passenger, perhaps? And yet this one sitting up perfectly straight, walking stick across knees. His getup reminds you of another night creature. A regular customer with a taste for young flesh, both men and women. Looks like they move in the same circles. Strange world of... Your passenger's insistent gaze in the rearview mirror cuts your musings short. Would you like me to put on some music? A little jazz if you prolong the evening. You switch on the radio and turn to a jazz station. Chet Baker standard is playing. Ah, Chet Baker. He was quite a man. Such a pity we lost him. Seems to be in his early 30s. Be too young to have known Chet Baker personally. A wave of nostalgia seems to have come over him, as if he were thinking of a lost friend. Silence. A moment's hesitation, his fingers slide up and down his walking stick. Anyhow, remembering Chet always whets my appetite and makes me want to... No, let's just forget about all that. Take us someplace where we can eat, both of us. No, I never eat with my customers. He breathes a theatrical sigh. What a pity. Absolutely famished. Ride continues in silence. The passenger appears increasingly restless. He's fiddling with his walking stick, his eyes darting this way and that. You're on one of the narrow one-way streets leading up to Gambetta Square and Père Lachaise Cemetery. The early morning delivery van ahead of you comes to a sudden stop. Your passenger flings open the door all at once and breaks into a run. By the time you get out, he's disappeared into the night. You stand there a minute and then, numb with cold, climb back into the car. Glance over to the back seat and discover a tear in the upholstery, as if the surface of the seat had been clawed by a tiger. Turn the ignition over. Hey, we got paid. And we got a decent tip as well. Also, what the hell was that all about? That was creepy. Hey, Earth. Vincent Borrellier. What was that? Okay. That's a pretty useful glitch. Oh, we got the man with the mask again. Tell you what, last one of the day. Let's go for the man in the mask. We've got... You pull up next to the sidewalk a few meters from an abandoned warehouse. No sign of your passenger. You wait a minute, staring at the meter. You really don't feel like wasting your time on people who... You hear a window break on the second floor of the warehouse. A body falls heavily to the sidewalk. You lay your hand on the door handle when a man, dressed entirely in black, jumps out the window and lands on the body. He stands up and takes a few steps over to your cab. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, buddy. I'm good, thanks. You the cab I ordered? You nod your head very slowly. Super. I'm the one you've been waiting for. Be right there. He turns around and places his fingers on the neck of the inanimate body, picks his pulse, flings the door open and jumps into the back seat, and you can start driving. You ready, please? You follow orders without a second thought. In the back, he smells like sweat and gunpowder. He's been running, maybe in a fight. Probably. Muscles bulging with him with his heart, which is racing. Good evening? Pretty good, yeah. He smiles. I'll try his too. You can see blood on his otherwise impeccably white teeth. I screwed up a little, but in all, it was a good evening. You. Huh? No, it has... no, I got jumped. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with... Yeah. Okay, alright. Come on. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know you're onto me. You're onto me and you know it. I'm the masked Joker. Silence. You squint to get a closer look at your passenger. The masked Joker, the hero that makes Parisian nights more peaceful? No. You slowly shake. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. All over Twitter. They're probably on the radio and in the newspapers, I think. What exactly do you do? And protect people. I'm a guardian. Like a superhero? No, I don't have any superpowers. It's the same idea. Yes, I mean for the moment I mostly take care of small-time crooks, pickpockets. Not very prestigious, but you have to start somewhere. Then you open your mouth, but nothing worth saying comes out. You've got to start somewhere. So, how about the name? You like it? Awful. Awful? He looks terribly disappointed. Okay, you're not the only one actually. Yeah, I wanted something that wasn't too... He searches for the right word. Problematic. Did a lot of brainstorming, come up with the Masked Joker. I haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everyone likes. You have to make sacrifices even if you want your core business to succeed. That's what they tell us at school anyway. School? Yes, and ink? Shit, I almost gave you the name of my business school. What an idiot. Did you imagine Bruce Wayne went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne, I'm getting all mixed up. He touches his sides for a while like he's looking for a wound. I'm getting close to the destination. I think I'm hurt. You learn from your mistakes. He starts laughing and then stops, doubled over in pain. Okay, I broke something. I'm sure. Oh fuck, that hurts. We're going to the hospital. No, I'm fine. I shouldn't have jumped out the window like that. But you were already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. You smile. Pull over. Right there in front of the driveway. Don't worry. It's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes. I have everything I need to take care of it myself. Haze and struggles to get out of the cab. One last thing. Please don't say anything about Inkid. I'm trying to lead a double life, and it's not super easy. I'm gonna go with the nod my head mistake because perfect. I hope to. He doubles over in a coughing spell. See you again sometime. Take care of yourself. I'll be much better soon, no worries. You're a really classy guy. He walks away, limping. Tries several times to enter his building code before heading inside finally. As you go to start the engine, you notice a few drops of blood on your fingers. From the bills your passenger handed you. Yeah, of course he was bleeding. He said he was injured. What did you expect? Right. They're heading home. You know more about your clients. We've met Anita. Yeah. Oh. I was perfect with Anita. Awesome. I've met Myrtle. Please report victim 4. Let's go for victim 4. We should. Yeah. Have a quick look then. Okay, yeah. So it's his grandson was the one that was working for Group Diamant in the past, was an arsonist. Got fired. Threatened to reveal some secrets. Was done and had it made to look like an accident plus claiming. Or they discovered something. Or they were doing a job for Anita. Were killed for it. He is found on victim 2, maybe the killer. is found on victim 3, maybe the killer. I really think it's this old guy getting revenge. Alright, let's end the night there.
Play of the game.